One of the oldest schools left standing in the state could soon be filled with the most modern technology.
And you might be surprised when you meet the young design team. Eyewitness News reporter Walt Buteau with more this week's Street Story.
In this old school, windows are glass, not software, and pads do not begin with I. It's been standing in this Providence College neighborhood since about 1804. Local teacher David Alborn gave us a one-room tour of the Randall Windsor Farm Schoolhouse, showing us what a 19th century kid would have in their desk.
Artifacts like a chalkboard, Mr. Whitman's spelling journal from 1882, God gives everything.
No separation of church and state.
Not then.
Now the goal is to bring this 200-year-old building back to life.
But at the same time, equipping it for the next century of use.
His design team is made up of 3 students who couldn't read Mr. Whitman's spelling journal without help. They're dyslexic.
Instead of actually reading what I see, I'll read something that I come up with within my mind.
Missing words, taking out punctuation, run-on sentences.
But as studies now show, when one part of the brain does not work well, other parts can work even better.
Whole other areas of the brain are lighting up, and that can create for very powerful and creative sort of outside-the-box thinking.
Ice cream maker.
There is no more outside-the-box thinking than this pedal-powered ice cream maker. Created by a design team that included D'Agostino. She likes the idea of putting high-tech equipment in this no-tech 250-square-foot building to help students and teachers learn.
We're not just looking at our cell phones, tweeting. We're actually invested a little bit in the past, yet also in the future. So we can take what's in the past and bring it to the future.
You don't have a lot of room here.
There isn't a lot of room, but I think that the space constraints, that's part of the challenge.
It sounds pretty fun. I like a challenge, applying what you're good at to different real-world situations.
They have suffered a lot of setbacks. They're tremendously resilient. So I love that spirit.
Filling this old school with high-tech equipment will take brains, sweat, and cash. You can find out more by logging onto our website, WPRI.com, and searching Street Stories. On Eaton Street in Providence, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.